Okay, glad to get the win against North Alabama. I thought the coaching staff did an outstanding job. Players played hard. I think it was a total team effort. Now we're on the Gardner Webb, a team that beat Western Carolina last week. You can clearly see they coming to their own. They had a tough schedule. They opened up with they played some BCS schools in East Carolina. They played Charlotte. So they didn't play two good teams, and I think they're like 1-4, but they're better than what their record shows. They got a good running back. Kid runs hard. The offensive line, they're well coached. Well coached. They have changed quarterback. They're more to a dual threat quarterback now. Defensively, they show you they stem a lot with the defensive front. A lot of movement going on. The nose guard is really good. I actually coached his brother back at East Carolina, Ramsor. Really powerful player at the point of attack. The linebackers run well. The kid number 1 from Vance High School is a great player. We recruited him at East Carolina. Outstanding player. The DBs, good players. They don't like to give up yards after the catch. This is a great football team. I think the record, once again, it doesn't indicate who they are. Their coach is outstanding. He's been around for a while. He does a great job. Just a great organization. Gardner Webb is one of the better programs, as far as the way they handle things, the operation of the program. Even the time that we went at the media day, the coach is a first-class guy, and they do a great job. Questions?
I guess we talked a little bit about this last week when your first Big South opponent, but this is actually your first Big South game.
Right.
Make it extra special?
No, it's another game. At the end of the day, I always tell the guys, when the season's over, they're all the same, lose or win. You gotta try to win them all.
How do you're sort of at the midpoint. Overall, how do you feel about the way things are progressing?
I like where we at. I like where we at. I think the coaching staff has did an outstanding job. Anytime you bring a lot of guys together and they gel, along with the having a lot of transfers come in with the guys that's already here. So it's been abundant, but I can clearly see the transformation of these guys coming together, the culture, having a family, and that's what I've been looking for here. And we're starting to develop that. I think I saw that against North Alabama in the past. A team would quit when the momentum goes against them, but these guys kept fighting, and that's what was important for me. I didn't really care about blowing them out because we came out, it was 20-2 at halftime, but I wanted to see what we fight, and we did, and that's what I was proud of. So, piggybacking on the question you asked me, I think we're coming together as a family. Yes.
I want to talk about receiver Jack Bonds. How impressed have you been with how he's been playing this season? And also, what have you noticed as a coach with the quarterback and the receiver relationship with DeAndre Francois being new to the team?
Right. Hey, good question. And I tell you, that starts with Coach Beans, our receiver coach. I think he does an outstanding job. I think that he's passionate. I think he cares about his players. I think that he handles his receiver room better than anybody I've been around. And I've been around some good coaches. Of course, I was with Neil Brown, the head coach at West Virginia, and I was at Cincinnati with some guys, and I was at East Carolina with Scotty Montgomery and guys. I think that this is a superstar young coach in the coaching profession, even though he came over as the quality control guy from Notre Dame. But I'll tell you, Jada Kiss is a winner. He's a tough guy. He came out of high school. He was committed to West Virginia, and it didn't work out. Then he was committed to East Carolina, and we formed a relationship with him. So when it came available, and I got the job here, leaving East Carolina, quite naturally, a good player like that still out there, it was imperative that I get up there and be able to keep that relationship with him. He decided to come here. I think that Jada Kiss's work habits are phenomenal. I think that he's a good teammate, and that goes a long way. When you're a good teammate, he's not a selfish guy. He takes what the, as far as Coach Francois, passing the ball to him. You know, a lot of times you look at when we played Liberty, which is a great program, but you know, you constantly throwing the ball to one particular guy. The ball has been distributed around a lot on our offense, and Jada could say, I want the ball more. He's not like that. He's very unselfish, and Francois understands that Francois is a savvy, veteran type guy that's been around. Of course, you know, he's been to Florida State, he played in the big games, but you gotta look at this. Some of the teams we're playing, some of those teams have played, their players have played together for 2 or 3 years. And Francois coming here along with Jada, these guys, and the other guys we had with Kieran and other receivers and Stanley, all of them, these guys just met each other. So you're talking about 2 years, and then you're talking about a couple of months. So I think it's been a great relationship, but I think it started with the coaches. You know, Zach, our quarterback coach, Zach Gosper, did a great job too, and along with our offensive coordinator, Brian White. So it's been a total offense effort from all those guys along with the players. And I think that Francois has bought in. He understands that, you know, it's tough, man. You leave Florida State, you know, and I come from Texas Tech, and you get cost of attendance money, you got the best dorms, I mean, you got the best apartments, you playing in front of 100,000 people, you on ESPN, the cars are coming in, you know, and then at the end of the season, you waiting on the big bowl game. So now you don't have all that. So I think that this has been the greatest humbling experience for all of us that have come from BCS programs. You know, and I love where DeAndre Francois is at now. I love where a lot of the players who have transferred here is at now, because Hampton has a family atmosphere. It's a beautiful place. It's been that way since I came here in 1983, and it's still the same way. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
You talk about Will Robinson's performance in the North Alabama game. He was over 90 yards rushing and 90 yards receiving. It seemed like his day was kind of under the radar in terms of what it meant to the win.
I think that I always say that's the old man. He's like an old man, old wheel, just keep going and going. If you ain't gonna get nothing fancy, you're gonna get some old style football. Catches the ball up north-south. He ain't gonna go east and west, north-south. He makes yards, he makes plays. And remember, this guy had close to 800 yards rushing last year. This was the guy who carried this team last year. He's a guy that don't want to be out there in all the lights. Name ain't got to be mentioned. But when it's all said and done, he's the guy that will show up in the dust. He is, to me, he's one of the heartbeats of our offense. He's a phenomenal player, and you can see. And I thought that him and Jada Kiss, of course, Jada Kiss got the record. We nominated Jada. He didn't get it, but we nominated him for Big South Player of the Week, and I thought that Will was right behind him. And the thing I like about Will, he is a good human being too. He's a very good human being.